As a casting director, pet peeves.
Pet peeves. Oh, yeah. Get very Jewish when I talk about pet peeves. No, pet peeves are actors who don't listen. That's a big one. I mean, I've had casting sessions because I'm very, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm very exact about what I want.
Type A.
Type A. I'm proud to be type A. I get a lot done as type A. And you go in and I'm very specific about telling people exactly what I want and what is needed and what they're looking for. And then a few people walk in and you know they didn't hear what you said or they didn't think about it. And I said, well, did you hear the direction? They go, oh, yeah, you really want me to do that? Yeah. And I write it out. I explain it. Mm-hmm. And that's a big frustration. And then actors who are working too hard, and all you want to say is just motivate it and make it easy like you're talking to somebody. Actors who come in who have never studied, so they don't even know, what's too much, too little. They don't know about making the camera their friend. They don't know a lot of the stuff. And it's kind of a waste of my time to see people who aren't right when there's a lot of other people out there that maybe are right. Their agent didn't get them in fast enough or whatever.
But the competition wouldn't be so huge if obviously you weren't seeing a majority of the people doing some good stuff out there.
Yeah, well, that's true. But I have a sort of a line actually in my CD that I talk about. There isn't really a lot of competition. There's just a lot of people.
The CD is this one.
No, that's the DVD. I've got a CD, a DVD,
the CD
and a book.
Is called
Getting the Job. And it's basically Kevin West, who is a dear friend and runs a wonderful organization in town. He and I worked on this, and it's basically a whole breakdown of what you do on the way to your audition, how to prepare for your...
For instance?
Well, a lot of things. So when you walk in, you think about who you're talking to. Mm-hmm. You know what motivated the behavior. You're not trying too much. You have a clear idea of your before life, and after life. Mm-hmm. Basic acting stuff, because it goes back to what I said earlier. Good commercial acting is good acting, just with less pauses, less time to prepare, more specifics. And it reminds you of more things in detail that it takes me 8 weeks in my class to talk about. So
why commercials and though not scripted television?
For me?
For you?
Teaching? I have ADD. Which means I can only work in short periods. I mean,
perfect. Then it's perfect for you. 30, 60 seconds.
Perfect. But also, I do have my students come to me because a lot of them are finding out that, and I've been trying to tell them this, but they find out on their own that this stuff is totally applicable to theatrical auditions. And every so often, one of my students will come and pay me to coach them for the other, and I do, but I get bored. I like doing lots of stuff. I like working pretty fast because I can create results faster.
So you're directing while you're casting.
Yeah, I directed a show off Broadway about 8 years ago that started here in Los Angeles. I would actually do a lot more directing if I had time because my classes are at night. I've been asked to direct several plays and stuff like that, and I actually have written a movie that once this book is off and running in about another 6 or 8 months, thank you for the plug, hit the ground running. Once I get it at more universities and get it out there more, then I'm going to start raising money to direct a film that I wrote that's a $2 million film.
Wow.
That's my goal. See, I love creating. I love doing all this stuff, so I'm a bit of a maniac.
So you're in the right business.
I love it. Don't you?
I love it, and it's obvious you love it because you have so many outlets for it.
Yeah.
And
I love actors. I love the whole creative process. When I directed the show off Broadway, it was always my dream as a performer because I sing and dance, and I really wanted to be on Broadway. And then when I had the opportunity to direct the show off Broadway, I thought, oh, God, it was so difficult because I wanted to be up there. But it was like a 2-month rehearsal process, and I loved every day of it. When it was done, it was kind of great to move on to my next thing. I was done.
I get depression right after it ends.
But but I had
hanging
another
up
show.
That character.
When I was on stage, same thing.
Oh yeah, as an actor,
it's an affair. You're having an affair during that time. It's an intimate relationship with several people, and when it's over, it's like the end of a love affair. Mm-hmm. So I totally understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
But as a director, it's like you've done it. You can't do anymore. It's done. I mean, there's always things you could do better, but you're done, and you're ready to move on to the next thing. I had another play I was going to do at the time, but it didn't work out.